What's up, people? So I'm gonna lower the chair. Take the click off. Alright, so I'm waiting to be unloaded. Preferably get me unloaded because I'm down to 1 hour and 31 minutes. I need a shower, and I'm only 16 miles from the Love's I'm supposed to fuel at, and I was going to shower at. But I might end up having to park somewhere here in the yard and do an 8-2 split. And then go fuel the truck, get my shower, and head to their other location. But I'm hoping they hurry up, and it looks like they got a lot of people out the door on this side, so I'm hoping they tell me I can go over here and get unloaded. Anyway, it's late getting here because there's an accident. It's Cali, if you can get somewhere on time in Cali. I even left out an hour and a half early, but there was an accident, and then there was construction. So, and then I also had to do the grapevine, which I thought they lowered the speed from 45 to 35, y'all. I was like, are you crapping me? 30. I just have no comment. I thought it was 45. Right? It's been a minute, so maybe I'm on crack, but it's now 35. Hold on here. Hold on, y'all. Alright. So, let's talk. So anyway, I'm here getting unloaded at a Cisco. And I don't have much on the back, but maybe because I got here a little late. Although I set my company information, so you thought they would have arranged it. But they didn't charge me late fees, so maybe they did rearrange it. I don't know, but they didn't tell me a new time. So I'm waiting to be unloaded. I got 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'm hoping to get me in here and get me out of here, because there ain't much on the back of the truck to be unloaded. So I can get 16 miles up the road to the Love's, so I can get a shower. I think they got an Arby's. I really want Arby's. Get the Arby's, so I'm praying. I'm praying to get me done here within the next 30 minutes. I'm not a doctor yet, but again, there ain't very little on the back of here for them to take. And there's very few of us left, so they might be taking me last, but hopefully it'll be quick. Real quick, my topic for this is for the 411 channel. So our topic today is, what are my thoughts on the new automatic truck that a lot of fleets are going to all automatics, and how do I feel about the restrictions being put on CDL licenses for the automatic. So I'm gonna copy something below. What I found was from 2014, but I also found Truck and Truth had some recent stuff on it, pretty much the same information. So first thing is, and it's not going to be a long video for me, because originally I was opposed to automatics. I just really was like, oh my god, because I'll be honest, when I started driving a car, I didn't drive an automatic. I learned how to drive on a stick or a manual. My first car was a VW Carmen, a 1970 VW Carmen Ghia, okay, stick shift. The old Volkswagen Bug. So it's a Bug. This is like the sporty version of a Bug. So that was my first car. My second car was a VW. It's 1969 VW Bug. So those were my first two cars, and I paid cash for both. Okay. My next car was a Dodge Colt. It was a stick, and it was used, but it had very little miles. The lady had it for her mom. That little car kept a licking and kept on ticking. I'm now pissed off because I shouldn't have got rid of it. I bought a new car, and I should have kept that one because it just needed a minor thing fixed, but it was a pretty good car. So here's my thoughts on it. I thought I wouldn't like the automatic. I love the automatic, especially in traffic. Like California, the automatic is your friend. I'm not dealing with all that downshifting. The other thing about the automatic that'll save a lot of drivers, and I know drivers, they say they don't want it, is it'll save your knees, okay? Knees, feet, it'll save that from all that double clutching that you do. It'll save that. So that actually is a major plus. There was a guy that I met at one of the companies I was at the hotel, and he was there waiting for a truck because his knee started having problems. He was switching from a manual to an automatic because he said you won't have the problems with your knee. That's what he was doing. So I see the plus there. But the main reason the companies are changing to the automatics is because they're better on fuel economy. Before, a company would have a manual, and if they were lucky to get 5 on there for the fuel. Now they're getting, I think, 5 miles per gallon, whatever. They're now getting that. They were lucky to get that number. Now, with the automatics, you can get anywhere from 6 to 11 under the automatics for fuel economy. And on top of that, they now have like the new Cascadia. I think all of them. I'm not sure. I believe this is all of them. Mr. Shy, you might be able to answer this question because you're in a 2000, I think you said 18 as well. I had a 19. I think all of the Cascadias that are coming out now are coming out with that electric APU. So what happens is that you don't have to really idle the truck. The sleeper berth has an air conditioning unit that automatically runs via the APU unit, and if the voltage goes below, I think like 12 or something like that, it automatically kicks the truck on, lets the truck run for a little bit to get the batteries up, regens if necessary, and then shuts the truck off. So they're saving there too, because they're saving on the whole idle thing. Okay, so they're saving on all of that. Like right now, this truck is a 2017. So to keep cool, I have to idle it. To keep, and like for example, with my whole issue with the CPAP, if I was in a 2018 or 19 Cascadia with that electronic APU, when the voltage would drop down, even if I wasn't running the AC, it would automatically kick the truck on, so I wouldn't have to worry about getting that weird ass beep beep beep. I could just run it through the inverter, and if the truck voltage went down, the APU would automatically, whether the AC is running or not, automatically kick the truck on to charge the batteries back up without using fuel during that time. So it only uses fuel just to restart the truck and build the batteries back up, and very little fuel for that. So and I think a lot of trucks are switching to that type of technology. So a lot of your major carriers are switching to that because it's a huge cost savings. Now, as far as restrictions on the license, here is my personal view. So what I read, and I'll try to put the article below, so I might not have all our links down there. It just depends on how much YouTube will let me put in the information box. But what I read was that if the truck driver goes to school and you learn on a manual and you test out on a manual, then you don't have any restrictions, and that makes you so you can drive both. It's like for me, if I learn how to drive on a stick, you automatically are going to be able to drive an automatic. I mean, just click it into drive, click it into reverse, click it into neutral. So you automatically, once I learn on a manual, all I'm really doing is switching thought processes and learning to put it on drive, put it on reverse. I'm not having to double clutch, float gears, and the control of the truck is an automatic part of getting your CDL. So you won't have any restrictions, because that means that if you can drive a manual, you can drive an automatic. Same with a car. You can drive a manual, you can drive a standard, a stick shift, and you can drive an automatic. I didn't have to go to school to learn how to drive an automatic. However, if you go to school and you only learn how to drive on an automatic and you test out on an automatic, you get an automatic restriction on your license, meaning that the only truck that you are eligible to drive in the world of being a Class A CDL holder will be an automatic truck. To me, right now, because there are still too many standard or manual transmissions on the road for various different companies, large and small, I would say that if you're coming into this industry, you need to test out, you need to learn and test out on a manual. Regardless of whether when you get out of trucking school, you actually use that skill or not, just so you don't have the restriction, because you can always go to a company, and like when I came back in, I hadn't driven for 5 years, but I got in the truck and just boom, boom, boom. I didn't drive on an automatic until the last trainer. The first trainer, for almost that full 30 days I was with her, it was all standard. It was 10-speed. The second lady was also a 9-speed, and the last guy was where I did the automatic and fell in love, because I was like, oh, this is wonderful, especially in traffic. So I would challenge you that if that's the route you're going, I would challenge you to see, hey, he got a refrigerator up in his front seat. Okay, I ain't mad at you, bro. Oh, he has like the refrigerator I had in the front seat. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. But I would challenge you that would be the best route to go, is to go ahead and do the manual. And then if you go with a company who's all automatics, big whoop, you don't have the restriction. And later on, if your trucking career, if you go somewhere else and you have to do a manual and they come with the right kind of money, do the manual. You know, you might find jobs that had a manual, that right kind of money, or even if it's a local job, they might not, have sticks. I mean, automatics. So to me, you be prepared to do both. It makes you more marketable. Now, probably in the next 5 to 10 years, automatic is probably going to be it. Other than unless you're owner op and you decide to buy a standard. It's going to be like when you go to a car lot. Normally when you go to car lot, the manual transmissions are very rare. When I bought my Scion, my XB, there were more automatics there than there were manuals. I like manuals. So I bought a manual, but there was only like a couple manuals on the lot. Everything else was automatic. So it just really depends, but you know, it's going to be, I think it's going to be down to that kind of same thought process, especially for the fuel economy. Right now, hands down, the automatic is killing the manual. They can't. You alleviate out the human factor of maybe not shifting properly, RPMs. The system is, everything's electronically doing it. All you got to do is just press drive and push the pedal. So that's where that comes in as a plus. Anyway, this video is only 10 minutes long, but I do want to say thanks for watching. We have a couple new people, like so he's not actually a host, but I asked a gentleman named Mr. Quinn to actually, he's going to be working for, well, he's going through orientation, so hopefully if everything goes smoothly, he'll be working for this one company. He's mentioned his video, so I can say LTI, and I told him to go ahead and post it on our Facebook page, his journey. He's not really a host, he's just, I liked his video. It was simple, but I think it's really good for a new driver to kind of see what this gentleman has done, and you know, kind of see the process. I've heard, I think, decent things about this LTI place, so I'm kind of curious. And we get a lot of people in the background who ask about jobs, so this is a way that somebody who's possibly getting on with the company, who's open about what company he's going to, can share maybe some of his day and what his process is. So if it's something you're interested in, you can reach out to him. So he has joined as a member. We want to welcome Mr. ChiTown Trucker as one of our new hosts to the 411 collab team. So we're welcoming him. He's going to be on Fridays. He'll have his introductory video as well as this topic on there Friday, I hope. Friday. Mine will go up here in a few minutes. Y'all be praying for me because I really need to go. And these folks, I don't know what's going on. They still got a bunch of trucks behind me? Oh, there's a bunch of trucks behind me in docks. So let's pray that they hurry up, because I really want to make it over there, and I can't go for hours. So then I'd have to sit on the yard, and I don't know if they lock everything down at night, so that I can't sit here for 18 hours. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, y'all, 2 and 2. Y'all be blessed. Peace out. Oh, I meant to say, like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget about the 411 Facebook page. Join us over there if you want. We also, if you got videos you want to post, please post them. They have to go through approval process, but post them. If you're interested in becoming a host, there's a video on my channel that tells you what steps you need to, or you can reach out and I'll send you the link for the video. However, we do investigate the hosts that we add. We have a gentleman, Mr. DCI, who does our investigative background to find out, and it's not to be all picky, it's just try to make sure that we have the right fit, and to make sure, you know, the person's not bringing wrong content over, because we want to be, like I said, we want to be a help, not a hindrance. So feel free, check us out, like, subscribe, and visit all of our channels and like, subscribe there, and join up, and the Trucker411 Facebook page. And we're also going to be working on some shirts and hats here soon. 2 and 2. You guys be blessed and be safe out there. Any questions, put them below. Any of us can answer. And this also is going to be on our Facebook page.